Hey guys, welcome back to day 12. So yesterday I obviously did the photo walk and took a whole heap of photos with the Xiaomi 15. I was very impressed by the photo quality. I can see you guys obviously wanted to check that out. I had so many people check out the actual Google Photos link. So if you guys want to see more of that stuff, just let me know. But day 12. So yesterday I was talking about something I've noticed with the Xiaomi 15, and that is some kind of thermal issue. Often the device will just be sitting idle, and you pick it up and it just feels warm to the touch. So even with a case on it, like this one here, you'll pick it up and it'll feel warm through the back section here, more so than any other device I've ever used. Now, I spent, I reckon, probably an hour or more just having a bit of a look at all the things running in the background, anything that was using like GPS service, anything that was using my location, like weather, or if there was some kind of app that I'd installed that was causing it to get warm. I tinkered with a lot of things. I even went on some Reddit forums and XDA forums and looked at debloating the device. And I actually went through the process of debloating a number of things. It wasn't a huge list. It's probably only about 15 things. Basically Xiaomi services, so like Xiaomi Coin and ads and various other bits and pieces. So then I worked out that I actually found when I changed one particular setting, the device went back to being much cooler to the touch. The battery wasn't draining as quickly. I thought I'd found the solution, and I was like, great, I'm going to share this with everybody on YouTube, and it'll be super helpful if you own a Xiaomi device. So the setting I found, you will need to download an extra app. It's called Hidden Settings, right? You can get it. It's on the App Store. Okay, it's going to give you a list of things like this that you can look at. All the different, bits and pieces that you can test, etc. But the one I had to install, particularly because I love to read at night, I read a lot of Kindle books, was this option here. It's called Extra Dim. This is not turned on by default. You have to turn it on, and then you add it as a shortcut. See down here, add as a shortcut, and then when you swipe down, you'll have a shortcut just here that will allow you to dim the display, and you have more control over how bright or how dull the display gets. Really helpful if you're reading in bed, and generally speaking, the lowest display setting, like the lowest brightness, it's not bright enough to it's too bright is what I should say. It's too bright at night when you're reading a book that it actually can hurt your eyes a little bit. So I turned that on. I was really thankful that it was baked into Xiaomi's software. I don't know why it's not there by default, but I turned it on and started using it. Now, what I had noticed is I've had a couple of days where I'd grab this device off the charger. I'd use it for maybe 15, 20 minutes in the morning, check my work meetings, check my calendar, check emails, go on WhatsApp, check Slack, and within 20 minutes, I'd drop like 5 or 6%. So I'd be down to 93. And I was like, man, that's a lot. Like, in comparison to any other device I've ever used, whether that's a Samsung, an iPhone, anything else, typically speaking, that might be like 1% or 2%. On my iPhone, it'd be probably 1%, if that. Whereas on this, it was chewing through battery really quick. So anyway, I like I mentioned, I tinkered with it for ages. I turned on that dimmed display, super dim display, right? So this option here. What I noticed was battery life was much better. Device wasn't getting as hot. Everything was just humming along nicely. It just felt like there was no issues with thermals. So all going well. Had a great day yesterday, finished on 50% by the time I got into bed at about 10 o'clock. I was like, great, I've fixed the issue. Anyway, today I took it off the charger in the morning, off a MagSafe charger. Yes, I know they get warm, but the day prior I took it off the charger and it wasn't warm. Anyway, I took it off the charger today, it was warm. I'm like, it's warm again. Did my normal kind of morning routine, check email, check Slack, check WhatsApp, etc. And by the time I got in the car and drove to the coffee shop, I'd already lost 10%. I was down to 90%. Time I got home, I was down to 80%. So something was still chewing through the battery. And Xiaomi, if you don't know this, it has apps that run by themselves to optimize the device, and you can't turn them off. And I'm sure there's probably an option to de-bloat and turn that off, and I haven't found it yet, but I have a sneaking suspicion that that's what's actually causing the battery drain to happen, and that's what's warming up the device. Because anytime you run that and you go into this app here, security and privacy, wait, is it that one? Hang on. That there's a number of things that could be cleaned. There's a number of things running that you could turn off to optimize the battery life. You could boost speed. You could do all these things. And this runs automatically every day without you having any control over it. It's actually quite annoying. I definitely think we should have the option to turn this off because, if I don't want the device to do a defrag overnight unless I tell it to. So I have a feeling it's something to do with this. You notice if you come in here and you have a look, it's going to give you some more info about, what's using the battery, whether that's YouTube. And again, I know it depends on the usage patterns and what you're doing. I totally get that. But I felt like the extra dim setting has helped, and I thought I'd solve the issue. But this morning it seems to still be happening where there's that kind of idle battery drain, and I feel like it's something to do with this Xiaomi service running in the background. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to just keep an eye on it for the next few days. I'm experimenting with sort of different display settings. I don't want to turn off 120 hertz. I know that you guys will be like, yeah, you can turn that off and you extend your battery by an hour. I totally get that. But, 120 hertz makes the entire experience better. So for me, I'm just going to leave that on. Anyway, I'll keep you guys posted. And if there's any other updates around improving battery life on this, I'll be sure to let you know. All right, guys, see you tomorrow. Cheers.